Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Something Cafe podcast. I am your host, Celestino Dooley. Welcome to episode 40. Episode 40. Episode 40, mis hermanos, mi gente. ¿Dónde está mi gente? ¿Qué tal Miami hoy? You know what I mean. Welcome back to the Something Cafe podcast. I'm your host, Celestino Dooley, and today we've got a great show planned for you guys. First of all, a little update on your boy. I had the worst ear infection I've ever had in my entire life. Today's Saturday? So, since Tuesday, my left ear has been completely closed, and it is still closed. It is slightly opening. I do have an endoscope at home, so I'm using that just to check on it. See what's going on in there. The infection is going down, but it is still closed. So I am currently deaf in the left ear, which makes things kind of hard. Being an audio professional makes things a little hard, given that everything is panned to the right for me. So not doing a whole lot of audio work right now. Can't really do a whole lot of audio work right now. So I've got that going on. I was in a lot of pain. It was like the first ear infection that I've ever had that like kept me from walking. It was that bad. Like it literally kept me from walking. Like I couldn't even walk. I couldn't even play video games. Like the pain was so unbearable. So that's where we are now. I am waiting for it to open back up. That would be nice. It's one of those things where you're just like, wow, I really enjoyed being healthy and now I'm not. So kind of remembering everything that you used to have. So that's what's been going on with me. I've gotten binders for every Pokemon type for cards. So now I can sort that out. I think I brought that up last week. So yeah, no, I'm doing all right. I've been up since 10, and it's currently 6, but I only got out of bed at like 5. Like I took a shower and everything, and like I got ready and did some stuff, but I laid back down because I'm just really tired. I think I'm just trying to sleep off this infection. But we got some stuff happening in the news recently, and I am not. This might come as a surprise to you guys. I am not a huge One Direction fan. Never have been. I'll never, I will never be up at the stand arguing if I am or if I'm not. But Mr. Liam Payne has passed away. Liam Payne, a former One Direction singer. Oh my gosh. This always happens because like I won't talk all day, but then I'll sit down to record, and now that I've got my air moving, start yawning. But yeah, Mr. Liam Payne has passed away. This is per the New York Times. A hotel desk manager called 911 with concerns about Payne, the former One Direction singer, shortly before he fell from a third-floor balcony. The results of the toxicology reports are pending. This article is by Emmanuel Morgan and Lucia Colakian Herrera. Liam Payne, a former singer in the popular British boy band One Direction, died on Wednesday after falling from a third-floor balcony at a hotel in Buenos Aires. Payne's family released a statement on Thursday asking for privacy. "We are heartbroken," the family said. "Liam will forever live in our hearts and will remember him for his kind, funny, and brave soul. Here is what we know about the circumstances of his death, which led to an outpouring of grief from fans and ensuing investigation." I think it's odd that we add the line in here. Payne's family released a statement on Thursday saying, "We are heartbroken." Arrest them if they aren't. That is that's probably about as par for the course as you're gonna get. And seems like a very, I don't know, Liam will forever live in our hearts, and we'll remember him for his kind, funny, and brave soul. I doubt anybody from the family had a hand in that statement. Seems like a very cookie cutter corporate. We'll just have the manager. Like, I don't think the family should even be talked to right now. I think the family should be completely left alone. A 911 call was made moments before his death. Wow. The Buenos Aires police released a recording of a 911 call that was placed minutes before Payne's death from the Casa Sur Palermo hotel, where he was staying. A man who identified himself as the hotel desk manager said the call that a guest who appeared to have excessively consumed drugs and alcohol was breaking everything in the room. The manager requested urgent assistance because the room had a balcony, and hotel employees were afraid he could do something that puts his life at risk. A spokesperson from the Buenos Aires police said on Thursday that the guest was Liam Payne, 31 years old. The local prosecutor's office, which is investigating the death, said in a statement that it appeared Payne was alone when he fell. It said investigators found broken objects and furniture in his hotel room, as well as what appeared to be narcotics and alcohol. The results of the toxicology tests will likely not be made public for several weeks. I've seen photos of his room. Anything that they say is private, go to Twitter. Anything that anybody says is private or can't be found anywhere or is classified, go to Twitter. It's there. I have Twitter installed just for that. Just so I can find things that I can't find anywhere else on world news and info and things like that, because Twitter is unfortunately a place where all that resides, and because of that, you're gonna find some really messed up stuff on there. Because of my escapades on Twitter for trying to find the more nitty gritty things of the news and whatnot, I will open up Twitter and just see just like dead people from the Gaza Strip. So this is awesome, great. That's why I don't really open it anymore unless I'm actually trying to find something. So I did find photos of his room. Yeah, no, that dude was that dude was Liam Payne was writing the next live musical for Breaking Bad for sure. It was upsetting. It was upsetting. An autopsy said Payne died of multiple trauma. Multiple trauma? What does that mean? In an autopsy performed a few hours after Payne's death, forensic experts determined that he died from falling out of a window and that there were no signs of anyone else being involved. It is not clear whether Payne intentionally jumped or accidentally fell from the third floor. Let me stop you right there. Most likely an accident. Believe it or not, people do not perform rationally or think through decisions or even have the ability to control themselves when on substances as such. I yeah, it's unfortunate, man. But I cannot imagine that he did this on purpose. The autopsy report was submitted to the prosecutor's office, which said it indicated that Payne died of multiple trauma and internal and external bleeding in the skull, chest, abdomen, and limbs. The prosecutor's office indicated that because of the position in which the body was discovered and the 25 injuries he sustained, officials presumed that Payne did not try to protect himself from the fall and may have been in a state of unconsciousness. No defense wounds were found on the body. The prosecutor's office said that it was investigating the death as a matter of protocol because of the circumstances, but that no defense injuries were found on Payne's body. 5 people were interviewed by the prosecutor's office, the authorities said, including 2 women who had been with Payne earlier Wednesday but had left the hotel before his death. They also interviewed 3 hotel workers. Yeah. Well, look, man. Uh, look, dude. It's 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 drugs, man. It doesn't matter who you are. Take the most put together, esteemed, happy man or woman in the world. Give them a couple of bumps. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's unfortunate, man. That's really unfortunate. Um, doesn't look like doesn't look. I mean, so far it doesn't look like that the drugs were produced in malice, right? Because you could have cases that the drugs, were laced or cut with something, whatever. I'm not too familiar with the law, believe it or not, but the person who dealed them these drugs, they're in trouble, right? Because even though, like, yes, it was the drugs that killed him, but it wasn't, it was the abuse of the drugs. It wasn't the drugs themselves, right? I don't know. I'm not defending the drugs. I'm just saying there's a difference between taking all these drugs and they were all laced with fentanyl. There's a difference between fentanyl laced drugs and just taking them all and then dolphin diving off the 3rd floor. Okay? There's a difference. Is the dealer at fault for the latter? Right? I bet Payne wish he had a ladder in this situation. But is the dealer in trouble for the latter? I don't know. But wow. That is upsetting, man. That is upsetting. Drugs are bad, man. Don't do drugs unless you are safe and you're smart and you're not stupid. Don't do cocaine. Don't do fentanyl. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. All right. Is that the only One Direction person to have passed? Right. I think so. I think this is the first One Direction fella who have passed. Very unfortunate. Um, I know I know they split up, however, years ago, but I believe this is the first one to have passed. Yeah. Pray for his family, first of all, and really only, you know. Um, I can't imagine what it would feel like for a mother. I don't know anything about his family. I don't even know. I couldn't even name you One Direction song. But for a mother, for a father, as a parent, seeing your child in such stardom with like that lingering fear, like, oh man, I really hope he doesn't, you know, do a screwball and, you know, dive off the third, the third story. Well, In other news, that news was to shine light on a young man's life. Very accomplished young man. Very accomplished, very talented, accomplished young man who made some poor decisions. And now his family is in a lot of pain. Now let's talk about a young woman embarrassing herself. Um, Cynthia Arevo blasts deeply hurtful fan-made Wicked poster. It degrades me. If you don't know about this, let's just start from the beginning. There's a movie coming out for Wicked, the musical. I can't stand this musical. Why? I've seen it like twice live, okay? And I don't like it. I don't like The Wizard of Oz. I don't like the theme. It's just, I think it's because I've seen, growing up in musical theater, plays, whatever, okay? Growing up in that space, all you hear about is Wicked. That's all you hear about is Wicked, okay? So I can't stand the musical. I can't stand the music. I don't like it. I just don't. I don't like it. I don't like it, okay? I just don't. And then now a movie's coming out. Great. What's even worse? What's even worse? Jeff Goldblum's in it. Come on. I mean, what are we doing here? All right? What are we doing here? Jeff Goldblum has gotten way too self-aware, man. He's gotten way too self-aware. I can't stand him either, man. Every film he's been in for the last 10 years. 15 years? 10? Safely 10, loosely 15 years. Every single role. Yes, and I was wondering, maybe that. Oh yes, and I was thinking that. Oh yes, oh my gosh, is wonderful. You know, like, oh my gosh, shut up. Put tape over his mouth. I can't stand him. And this is every single role of his. And you even see it in the trailer. He even does it in the trailer. Come on, man. Give people something to be excited about, not more Jeff Goldblum turd stain. So, this movie already has a bad taste in my mouth. Now it has a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Let me read the headline again. Cynthia Erivo blasts deeply hurtful fan-made Wicked movie poster. It degrades me. So, I'm going to give you guys a backstory. If you look at the Wicked poster, it is Ariana Grande whispering into Elphaba's ear. It's a recreation of the original Wicked poster. Okay? But there are key differences. The original Wicked poster, the eyes are covered on everybody. It's a drawing. It's an artful drawing. Whereas the live action one, everyone's eyes are showing and it's bright and it's the same pose, just looks a little different. So some fan, without malice, just decided, hey, I'm really talented at Photoshop. I'm gonna recreate the original poster and make it look more like the original poster. No harm, no foul. I don't see anything wrong with that whatsoever. You've got someone very talented at Photoshop, extremely. I watched the original video. of this person doing it, and they have a time lapse. It's gonna be in the description of this episode. Please go watch it. It is this person's extremely talented in Photoshop. So you can watch that if you go to the description of this episode. I watched it and I'm like, this is great. Like, you made the poster look so much better. Like, it looks better. It looks more like a movie poster than a themed headshot. You know, right? So I thought it looked great. I'm like, wow, this is awesome. And then I saw this. All right. So let's get into it. This is per USA Today. All articles can be found in the description of the episode. Cynthia Erivo is black. Okay, sorry. Cynthia is the other main actress. You have Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, the two main actresses. Ariana Grande playing the I don't even know, the princess, the good person, and then Cynthia is also good, but it's a backstory on the Wicked Witch from the West. Cynthia is the Wicked Witch. But in Wicked, this is before anything happens, so everyone's still good. You know, okay. Whatever. Cynthia Erivo is blasting deeply hurtful fan art that obscures her face in promotional material for the upcoming Wicked movie adaptation. After sharing impressively lifelike fan illustrations on her Instagram story on Wednesday, Erivo called out a fan edit that rubbed her the wrong way. In an altered version of one of the film's promotional posters, Ariana Grande's Glinda whispers in the ear of Elphaba, aka Erivo, whose face is concealed by her witchy hat. Though the real poster has Erivo staring down the camera, the edited image aligns more closely with the Broadway musical art. Again, okay, the original Broadway poster, it's just halves of faces. No eyes. The hat is covering the eyes. It's cool. And the one that came out now, all eyes are open. All right. So, Erivo says, "This is the wildest, most offensive thing I've seen equal to that awful AI of us fighting," Erivo wrote in her Instagram story above the edited Wicked poster. "None of this is funny. None of it is cute. It degrades me. It degrades us." Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Cynthia, shut up. Hey, Cynthia, shut up. Shut your mouth. Where is the bruise that they hit you with? This is the most offensive thing. It degrades me. Seriously? Seriously? It's a fan edit of a movie poster that isn't going anywhere farther than the video that they'll post. Pull your thumb out of your butt. And I mean that dude, that pisses me off so much hearing that. The AI of us fighting is a computer generated clip that transforms Grande and Erivo's Wicked poster poses into the throwing punches at each other. She also references another meme, which is a joke about Elphaba's let's see. The original poster is an illustration, she added. "I am a real-life human being who chose to look down, who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer. Because without words, we communicate with our eyes. Our poster is an homage, not an imitation. To edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me, and that is just deeply hurtful." No one's heard of you until this movie. I didn't know your name until I found this article. Okay? You are co-starring along with Ariana Grande, who is being referred to as Ariana Grande, and you are being referred to as your character's name because no one knows your name they know the character more than they know you. Okay? So step down, shut up, and I mean this is ridiculous. I'm a real life human being who chose to look right down the barrel of the camera to you, the viewer. Our poster is an homage, and to edit my face and hide my eyes is to erase me. Guess what? Your name's still on the check. Your name's still on the poster. No one's gonna cover your eyes and be like, oh, who is that? Oh, who's that actress? Oh my gosh, who is that black woman? Is that, oh, is that Gwyneth Paltrow? No one's gonna say that. Shut up. Oh my gosh, dude, reading more about this is making me more and more pissed off. Oh my gosh, and I chose to look down the barrel of the camera. You didn't choose anything. You had like 6 dudes who are all gay in that photo booth saying, okay, honey, stand right here. Look at Ferris. Like, you didn't choose anything. This is corporate. This is corporate. You cannot tell me that modern filmmaking, you cannot tell me that half of it is not corporate decisions. Shut up. Director John Chu showed his support for the Grammy, Tony, and Emmy-winning actress. In his Instagram story, he screenshot Arrivo's statement with the correct image and wrote, "Cynthia is my superhero." During the Wicked presentation at CinemaCon in April, Arrivo explained the iconic characters of Elphaba and Glinda are 2 roles that have been so pivotal in our lives and meant the most to us. Grande added that both felt the responsibility and poured our hearts, our souls, so many lashes, wands, and we gave it all we possibly could. I just have to take it I just have to take it one day at a time, Arrivo told USA Today earlier this year about what might be her highest profile role to date. I hope people see themselves in the movie and realize that not fitting in is fantastic. For me, that's the main aim of this. I loved playing Elphaba. I felt very protective of her. Arriva also hinted at exploring a career in directing with the urges of her Oscar-winning co-star Michelle Yeoh. See the Wicked trailer, blah, 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 blah. And then looks like it goes into some other stuff. But yeah, I mean, I can't, oh my gosh, like, this whole attitude is literally, like, my biggest pet peeve. It's like the main reason I don't even like going to, like, artist, like, events and stuff, is because it's just this attitude seeping from, like, the entire space. I chose to look down the barrel of the camera, and I looked at you, the viewer, and I said, "Nigh, it is my day with the harvest so ripe that I shall be creating art with what God had given me that fateful night that I came out of my mother's vagina." Like, shut up. Oh my gosh, dude. That's an attitude. That is an attitude. That's an attitude you don't want to have, man. I mean, look, dude. I'm sure she's talented. She's obviously talented. I'm not saying she's not. She's clearly a talented actress. And she's gonna do great in this movie. She is. I'm sure she is. But shut up when people cover your eyes. Okay? So, Iron Man. Every movie poster of Iron Man should be taken down because they deleted Robert Downey Jr.'s image. They erased him. They erased Robert Downey Jr.'s image. They erased him from the poster when Robert Downey Jr. chose to stare down the barrel of the camera. How about every How about every film poster with sunglasses? I'm sure there's a Brad Pitt movie out there that the movie poster was him wearing sunglasses. Take it down. You erased Brad Pitt. No one knows who he is. Um, how about every Predator movie, or I should say Alien movie? The person playing the alien, you should have cut in eye holes. You erased the man. Darth Vader? No one knows who well, nobody knows who he is. And don't try to correct me. Huh? You almost I bet you just said uh James Earl Jones, stupid. Yeah. Wrong. That's who voiced him. But do you know who played him? Hmm? You know who actually played Darth Vader physically? Do you? I bet you don't. Everyone knows that James Earl Jones was the voice, but you just tried to correct me, didn't you? You just tried to correct me. Weird. Weird. Extraño. Weird. So yeah. Tough stuff, man. In other news, we are just going down the line. Mr. Trump is an interesting character. We all know that. Silly, goofy fellow that man is. Good sense of humor. Interesting choice of words sometimes, just like every politician. But specifically, an odd, an odd moment had come by recently across my feed of Mr. Trump taking over the aux at one of his, I believe one of his what the heck's the word for it? Questionnaire? I don't know. What do you call it? Oh my gosh. I don't know. Q&A. Thank you. Per the Daily Mail, Trump abandoned a Q&A to play music after two members of the audience collapsed. He followed Pavarotti's Ave Maria with the Village People's YMCA. Let's check out this clip.
Put on Pavarotti singing Ave Maria. Nice and loud. Turn it up louder. We want a little action here. Turn it up louder.
That goofy fellow. I mean, I don't even know. That must have been when the weed hit, because I don't know. Funny guy, but I don't know what. It's kind of it was almost kind of a sci-fi. It felt like a Blade Runner moment, like two people in the audience collapsed and then you're being taken out on a stretcher, then all of a sudden in the background you hear Ave Maria playing, and then followed by YMCA. Yeah. Silly guy, funny guy. Interesting chop he is. Absolutely interesting bloke he is. Absolutely. Now we're gonna get into the segment that we introduced last week. I enjoyed it more than doing the "Am I the Assholes?" just because I don't like saying the word asshole so many times in one 30-minute segment. But relationship advice. This is the Something Cafe Counselor, where I give completely professional relationship advice. And if you do follow it, you will find the love of your life. Men, women, even the gays can try it. I'm all for it. Find your professional love advice here at the Something Cafe Counselor. Um, we have one. Sorry, I have to fix my mic. My mic's acting weird. We have one person here asking for help. Clearly, I am the professional. I, 22 male, cut my girlfriend's hair, and she, 21 female, hates it. How can I fix this? I'm going to stop you right there, brother. The reason I chose this one is because you were the one that made the mistake here. You already messed up. I cut my girlfriend's hair. This is what we call the 5 no-nos. Okay? You've already done something that had a possibility of it not working, and it didn't work for your girlfriend. And now you're the one who is, quote, in trouble, quote. Okay? Let me help you out. Next time, don't. Next time, let her be mad at a different man. Why would you put yourself in this position? If there is even a possibility of her being pissed off, there's a 10% possibility of her being pissed off by the result of something that you are deciding to do. You are going against a power equal to God. Because that's a slot machine that is only going to never match. Okay? So let's get into it, my friend. I am here to help. I'm a professional barber that cuts men's hair. Dude, you did this to yourself. You're a professional barber that cuts men's hair, and your girlfriend said, "Hey babe, can you cut my hair?" And you said yes? Dude, let her be mad at another guy. A guy that she doesn't have to sleep with. Stupid. I cut my girlfriend's hair a few months ago because she typically does a one-length straight haircut, which is easy for me to do. Obviously, I mean, that's like the Neapolitan of haircuts. This time, she wanted to try something different. Oh, dude, every sentence I get into this, you are dumber and dumber. She wanted to try something different, so I suggested layers and decided to watch some videos on how to do them. Nice. After the haircut, we both thought that the length of the bangs was too short, just below her chin. The overall haircut didn't suit her. I felt terrible afterwards, and she told me it was okay and that it was not my fault, that the haircut just didn't suit her. A day later, she's clearly upset, and I suggested going to a salon to see if they can make it look better, but she doesn't want to cut it any shorter, and now she doesn't want to speak to me. What can I do to make this better for her, aside from a sincere apology? And then there's also an update. I paid for her visit to a salon where they made it look a whole lot better. Thanks everyone for the support. Okay. Yeah, dude, hey, dude, I get it. I get it. You tried to do something nice. You tried to do something. You tried to do something nice, but I am a relationship expert. But just from a man's perspective, you aren't going to win this one. Having a father and mother myself, I will tell you that you are not winning this one. Okay? I don't even know why you even threw your hat in the ring. I don't care if you're the best. The fact that you've already done it and it's worked out with the straight cut, great. You threw the dice and you hit snake eyes and everyone was happy. But then when she said she wanted to try something different, that's when you should have pulled your bull out of the ring. That's when the cockfight became the fight where you didn't have a cock to put into the ring. Okay? Um, so I'm glad everything worked out. You're welcome for the advice. Um, in my professional opinion, I think you should not have said anything. I think you should just hide the fact that you do cut hair from her and never ever let her find out. That is my advice. You're welcome for that. Here's an easy one. I don't even have to read the meat of the post. How do I, female 18 years old, deal with wanting to break up with my boyfriend, 18 male, every time I'm on my period? Here at Something Cafe Counseling, we have the answer to this. Stop having your period. Stop having your period. Just say, stop. Say, hey Google, deactivate my period. Say, hey ChatGPT, how do I turn off my period? Did you try plugging it? Have you tried unplugging and plugging it back in? Have you tried finding the little itty bitty hole that you need to use a toothpick to click? Perhaps put it up to your chin and press the button that way, or just restart the computer. Just stop having your period. Easy. Solved. Boom. Solved. Something Cafe Counselor. All right. Male 18. How do you even get in a relationship? This sounds like just up my alley. I don't know where else to post this. I'm definitely on the denser side when it comes to relationships and catching hints of someone liking you. But I literally have no idea how to get into a relationship. Do you ask the girl or do you go, I like you, want to be my girlfriend? I do not know how to get from being strangers or just friends in general into cuddling on the couch and watching a movie. I don't know how to confess love, and I'm scared of the outcome since I don't know what to do with either outcome. I've grown up a loner, and last time I have had a girlfriend was 3 years ago for like 2 months. My friend, you've come to the right spot. This is the Something Cafe Counselor. Let me tell you, as a professional, as an esteemed professional in this field, you are shit out of luck. Give up. So you're welcome for that. Let me tell you this, brother. Not me, obviously, because I'm a professional, but I do know someone who knows what who knows how you feel. Not me. This is not me. This is some other loser. Because I'm a professional. But I do know someone who knows how you feel. And let me tell you this. The only advice that I can give you is if it's not natural, it's not meant to be. And if you feel like you have to try, then if you feel like you have to force it, then it's not meant to be. It is supposed to be the most uncomfortable but natural thing that you'll ever experience in your life, where it feels like everything is going right, but every part of it is terrifying along the way. And you will know. And when you do know, the confidence that you have lacked your entire life will then be there for you in that moment because there's something in you that tells you that I'm 100% correct and this is it. This is my professional my professional advice. All right, so you're welcome for that. My Venmo is in the description. This is the perfect one to end this episode. How to get my but before I get into this one, this topic specifically is something that comes up a lot in some of my sessions. A lot of marriages have been torn apart by this. A lot of marriages have come together by this topic, by this situation, and I will tell you it is not an easy one to go through, okay? How to get my 26-year-old female partner... Wait, what the... Sorry. How to get how to get my 26 female partner, 26 male, to understand that we need to rake our yard. This is going to be very, very deep. My partner wanted us to move to his hometown. We are renting his mom's old house. It has a big yard with lots of trees. Not that we've been able to enjoy it much because we've got the worst neighbors. They are difficult and threaten city council over the smallest things like a fallen tree branch. A lot of leaves have collected in our yard, and I'm embarrassed about it since it's a small town and people make comments. I am fairly certain it is normal to rake your yard. I want us to rake together since it'll be difficult to do it by myself. I keep asking on our days off if my partner is ready to rake, and he says no. Today I asked if he ever plans, and he says no. He says it's not needed and he doesn't want to. I said it's part of living at a house, and and I'm pretty upset that my partner doesn't know what to do about the yard situation. I asked if he could at least burn the leaves since he said he'd burn our wood pile, and he said no. Yes. I can already feel it. This is what separates a lot of families. Many children are sent to orphanages because of this circumstance, and I feel for you. I am a leaf raker. LRs, we call them. But there are also non-leaf rakers. An LR. And it sounds like your husband is an NLR. You should have known this before getting with him. Before you even spoken words, you should have known that he was an NLR. Okay? This is what we call in the industry as a fumble. You have fumbled, and you have made a mistake. I believe the next option is, hopefully you do not have any children, because the next option is separation. That is my professional advice. You're welcome. And I hope that you guys have learned a lot. And thank you for coming by the Something Cafe Counselor. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for stopping by the Something Cafe. That'll be the end of today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. You can find more things in the description of the episode. We've got links in the description, links to merch, links to the show on other platforms, video, everything that you can possibly dream for of the Something Cafe, you can find there. And yeah, go check everything out. Drop us a follow, leave us a rating, tell your friends, tell your family. Really just trying to make this show grow. This was episode 40. I have been your host, Celestino Dooley, and thank you so much for grabbing a cup and stopping by the Something Cafe. I'll see you guys next week.